Salutations, boys and girls and kiddos of all ages. And welcome to another episode of video, whatever, of Posing Action Figures with Toy the Poser. And here I am, your host, Toy the Poser. And due to the fact that I have noticed that we have gained some new subscribers, so to that I would like to say thank you in the most humble way possible. And I cannot forget my returning subscribers and guests. And of course, once again, you know you guys are always very much appreciated here on Posing Action Figures with Toy the Poser. And of course, a big thank you to any new viewers of the channel. And to you, I would like to say this small little warning of this is not your average toy review channel. Just a simple little showcasing of all the things I like to show off in the form of action figures and toys in a very cheesy, goofy way. But hey, I can show you better than I can tell you. So behind the camera, I go into giant mode and we show off the next action figures that we have today. Whoop, whoop. And as you can see, I am basically starting off with the back of this show because I have two of these. And the first one is going to be of the Marvel Legends Daredevil, the new one, the Man Without Fear one, where he's basically in a jogging suit, a black jogging suit. But it is that goofy comic book accessory thing that I hate. And the reason we're having two today, which we're really not, it's just that once again, for those who don't know and need to know this about me or should know this about me, I don't like collecting action figures of figures that I've already have versions of. So of course I've had millions or a Daredevil action figure. So no, he wasn't in a jumpsuit, but I don't need, Daredevil to be in a sweatsuit. However, here's what you should know about me. If I've never said it before to the ones whoever, is that I don't pass up a good chance to I won't pass up a chance to get an action figure that I could use later for whatever reason, be it fodder purposes or to turn it into a whole nother different character. So of course this is just basically without the mask on him, it's just a guy in a sweatsuit. All right, so let's do back of the packaging showing off. So I'm gonna try it like this for you guys because the back of the packaging thing gets tricky when I do it behind the camera. So we're gonna do it in this manner, okay? From the top. All right. No, I do not need. I probably do need to update my Beast figure because the last one I have is from although it still holds up fairly well. The Beast that I do have is from the old Toy Biz days, but whatever. All right, we're talking about the Man Without Fear now, who we're not. This video is technically not about. I was just saying that about it, but the back of the packaging is this, and yes, if you need all that legalese and barcoding and stuff on it, then there you go. Okay, and if you want to read that, so on and so forth, that shows the Man Without Fear. Doesn't really have a side because it's the single carded package. Yes, it does have that goofy plastic comic thing in it, and the bottom to the top. All right. And yes, as you can see, I got this. If anybody recognizes that label, it is from GameStop. So there you have it. And tell you the truth, it's kind of $30 for an action figure these days. It's kind of goofy, but kind of steep. So what? That's neither here nor there. Okay, so let's just go ahead and magical poof him out of this. So how do we do this? Yeah, magical poof. Okay, and yeah, here we are. He, with accessories, he has a white little billy club that has a actual string hooked to it. Alternate hands, because one hand is a fist, which is his right fist, because he has his left fist on default already. A pistol grip hand. Don't know why, because he doesn't have a gun. and a weapon holding hand. Of course, why does he only have one? Once again, I have no idea. And of course, well, let's talk about, which I really don't want to. I still don't know the whole purpose of this gimmick of, them doing this. So I thought the light was going to help it much, but no, it did not. So can I turn it back off? There. But yeah, this whole gimmick of this little plastic comic thing was ridiculously stupid. I do not like it. They could have gave us another weapon holding hand if that was the case. But speaking of that, okay, and yes, we have a Matt Murdock in a jumpsuit. Okay, he has butterfly joints. Let's see, can he cross his arms? Oh, I heard a little crack. Sorry. Remember, kiddos, heat up your action figures before you pose them and move them about. But how good is his butterfly joints? Can he at least clap his hands together? Oh, all right. He can clap his hands together. Clap your hands. Okay. But he doesn't seem like he can cross them. So yeah, that's not good. But when they do these things, okay, and that's as far back as they can take them. But he does the diaphragm cuts. He has that, and right, and he's in a jumpsuit. Okay, from where I'm from, I don't know if what you guys call them from where you're from. Some people call them sweatsuits. Some people call them workout suits. Some people call them jumpsuits. We call them, from where I'm from, we call them jogging suits. The sneakers are actually cool looking. And he has it seems like his head has two joints on it. This one here, and there's one down there, which is, I guess, cool. But yeah, that's that. And that's pretty much it. I guess if you want to see him hold his billy club, because he only has one hand that does that, he can do that with, it would be this one. Okay, and I guess since it's attached to a string, you send it up through the bottom, and there you are. It's billy club, nightstick, walking stick. I don't know what you want to call it, but here for a quick reference. Hold on. Okay, and just because I can kind of wing it, because he is a pretty popular character, Daredevil is a vigilante crime fighter whose real name is Matt Murdock, who is a blind lawyer that is a that resides in Hell Kitchen, New York. He has heightened senses besides his sight because he was blind became blind as a kid when he was much younger, and he fights crime now. That's it in a nutshell. Why he did Marvel Legends decide to use use a jumpsuit version of him, I do not know. Yes, he has been in a jumpsuit before. I mean, basically, that's what he looked like when he first started fighting crime, running around covering half his face, whatever, before he donned the all red crimson outfit. But yeah, I thought it was only fair to do that for anybody that didn't know. Whoop, whoop. Oh, and by the way, I also wanted to point out that I've always known Daredevil to have red hair, as it says here, in his characteristics of him. But on the action figure, as you can see, for whatever reason, he has blonde hair. If I can, yes. So unless I missed something here, I don't know what that's all about. But oh well. Once again, as I was saying, I'll get back up there. This video isn't about him anyway, but that was weird to me. Okay, so anywho, whoop. Okay, and now we can move on to our featured action figure on hand here, which will be, as you can see by the name, Pharaoh. Should I take off this glass? Can I take off the glass? Yeah, let's take off the glass. Okay, back of the package. Okay, and yep, there is all the legalese, anything that you need to know from the back. All right, and we're gonna whip her around. Ouch. So you can see the front really well from the top. There she is, also with a really stupid plastic comic in it, and her in the midst of things. Okay, so yeah, let's I guess magical poof out of here and talk more about Pharaoh. So magical poof. Okay. Ooh, held on a little tighter that time. But yes, she's standing. Great. Once again, this little stupid comic book gimmick that I'm trying my best to shine some light on it. But yes. And this is not even her first appearance comic, but although X-Force #1 had this wraparound cover thing that she appeared on, so it was cool. That I guess that's nice of them to get that little feature correct. I'm trying to see it doesn't. Well, I can't blame it on because it doesn't show on camera because I got a crappy camera that I'm doing this all on. But yeah, that's the only good thing I can say about this. It's gone. All right, and she also comes with two alternate little fists, a left and right one, but we're not gonna really need that because Pharaoh is a feline person. Okay. So she's gonna have claws and stuff. And she has a tail that comes out. Okay, I had to needed some grip to put her tail back in, but yeah, she's a feline person. What, I don't know where I left off at, but that's basically it. But it's not really much to say about it. I'm trying my best not to gripe about anything because after so many years of us begging to get a feral action figure, and they finally give us one. They give us one with the, you know, none of the updated female articulations. Well, I guess if you count pinless joints, but yeah, so no butterfly joints, but I guess it's because she has this kind of, no, that doesn't matter because I think if I'm not mistaken, Nightcrawler has something like this and he has butterfly joints, but anywho, yeah, no butterfly joints, no calf or boot rotation, but that's one of those. Do we really need it? We only really need it when it comes in handy. Head goes back, so yeah, no waist swivel. So it's just a. I mean, it's appreciated for what we got. This little thing, her, I want to call it a loincloth, but it's not. But yeah, that's like, you see how tangible this thing is? Why don't they make capes and hair like this? The same way. Just make it soft enough so it can bend. Stuff like this. But if you're not gonna make it cloth for whatever reason, but let's put on a rotator and talk more about Pharaoh. Alright, so okay, that wasn't as bad as it seemed, and she's all set up, and hopefully this is a good enough position for everything. I'm really thinking about changing the background because yeah, this brown seems like it's, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe you guys let me know, does the brown make it, the shading of it, go funky or something? Because if I do that, that makes it too bright. Of course, that's gonna make it darker. That's gonna make it do that. So yeah, I don't know. Sorry guys, we just got to go with this. But anywho, all right. Who is this on the rotating? Let's learn more about Pharaoh. Created by Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nica. You know what? I'm gonna try that one more time. Fabian Niclaser and Rob Liefeld in 1991 in issue 99 of the New Mutants. I was about to insert some kind of snarky Marvel stealing Rob Liefeld's characters and blah blah blah, but we're not gonna do that. So yes, Maria Calasantos was one of 4 siblings, 2 which died, and the reasons of why are still unsure because in some situations people kind of blame Maria for killing her siblings out of jealousy or enraged, or it was just a simple accident where she, it was just a simple accident how it passed. But anywho, that's neither here nor there because her other living relative is her older sister, Lucia, nicknamed Thorn, who's also a mutant herself too. But their story began with their mother, and there's a reason why she looks like this in the picture. And this is the best picture I could find of her, but there's a reason why she looks like this. And we'll get to that in a minute. But their mother and biological father were basically addicts. And well, her father was abusive. And to her, their siblings, and their mother. Well, when their fourth and the youngest child was born, their abusive father left them and leaving the mother with 4 kids to raise. Their mother later had a relationship, started a new relationship with a guy named Harry Bellinger, and this guy was a drug addict and abusive as well. Maria and her older sister's mutant powers manifested around the time they was like 14, so basically teenagers. Well, one day, Harry, and I'm their mother's boyfriend, and I'm going to try to say this in the most PG, politically correct, softball ways possible, tried to force himself on Maria, and to the point where her mutant powers was manifested by then, so she killed him. I got a little ahead of myself because this is kind of important, but Mary had a little fascination with pigeons. She would, catch them, treat them right, and keep them as pets. Well, anywho, when their mother Marcella found out that her daughters had deleted her new boyfriend, she went into a fit of rage and took the one thing that Maria loved herself, which was her pigeons. So she got a hatchet and started deleting pet pigeons. And in that rage, Marcella attacked her mother and deleted her. Yeah, delete is a good word. Besides, yeah, because I say these things because I'm not sure how YouTube handles certain words. So, if I'm saying the wrong thing, YouTube or whoever listening at YouTube, please forgive me. I just don't know. All right. Ignorance is bliss. Anywho, Lucia, Maria's older sister, took the bodies and hid them along with her. And they both ran off and hid away in the sewers of New York with a group of misfit outcast mutants called the Morlocks. And around this time, they was in their full manifested mutated forms because they both grew hair and fur all over their bodies with tails, looking more feline and pharaoh-like. No pun intended, but Lucia started going by the code name Thorn, and her sister Maria started going by the name Pharaoh. And of course, with mutated powers comes special abilities or enhanced abilities like any others. From my understanding, I've just kind of found this out that when regular humans turn into superhumans, especially on a certain level or whatever, when they do get increased things, it's going to be over what they call a peak athletic human would be. So, in other words, let's say here, when Pharaoh gains, strength and speed, and it's at a peak athletic human being, like I guess like an average, you know, peak Olympian. I don't know, well trained athlete or whatever. However, Pharaoh's main, schnick or stick or whatever you want to call it, Apollo's ability is that, of course, she's more feline-like. So her hands has retractable claws that can pretty much cut through normal surface, materials like flesh, bone, and even rock and wood, and in some cases some types of metals. And of course, she has sharp fangs that also can shred through flesh and bone themselves. Whoop. So that's basically it when it comes to the origins of Pharaoh. We're glad that even though that her articulations and things are kind of lackluster, because she did come out, so she should be on the new updated body. But I'm happy that I have her, and she's not, such a bad figure that you don't go through those things. But by the way, whoop, since we're talking about what can be or what can't be in the form of all of that, because she doesn't look like she wouldn't be too hard to, I guess, customize. But I mean, if not, then like I said, I'm not totally disappointed to a point where we don't have it. But just to see if, well, like I said, if it comes to customizing and anything like that, I think there are ways that it can be done. If you want to update her or customize her to a point to switch out, to give her, I guess, better bod. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, they should at least give an articulated. I mean, not articulated, but bendy wire tail. But I'm not the biggest bendy wire guy. I mean, when it comes to things like that, because when they're encased in plastic, they don't move as as precise, as I should say, if that's the right word as for it, as you think they would. But anywho, let's get her all sized up here. So if I can just get her to stand. Okay. Best of that ability. Come on. Come on. Come on. Is that good enough? Come on, don't do that. Trying to get a stance cut. Okay, there we go. So, representing the 136 scale action figure, we have Herbie from the Toy Biz Fantastic Four. I want to say 5-pack, but 6-pack, or because the Fantastic Four plus Herbie plus Franklin came in it, and a Doctor Doom came in it. So 4, 5, 6, 7-pack. Anywho, he stands at 2.5 inches tall. So if that's the size you collect or work in or have in your life, that's what they would look like. Okay. All right. Representing the 1/18th scale size Whoop. The waist high ninja guy, Gary for short, as I like to call him. But Xenostrike's 3-minute project A, I think it's called. But yeah, Xenostrike's 3-minute project that stands about 3 3/4. So 1/18 scale. And representing the average 1/12 scale action figure size we have. Whoop. Stan the Man, my main man Stan. The Stan Lee action figure from Marvel Legends, which is the average 6-inch height action figure. And representing the 1/10 scale action figure size we have. Whoop. The DC Direct McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman in gray. Okay, so that means that our lady of the day, our action figure on, what do we say? Action showcase of the day or whatever is Pharaoh, and she stands at approximately, well, right under the hairline. Here, let me see if I can get closer. Because she's standing up there. See if I can move this in a bit closer. So I just did this. Let's show you guys what I mean. But hairline wise, she's like 5 3/4, but above the hairline, she, I guess, by her hair peaks or whatever, it's like right at, I thought I could show you guys better. Okay. I tried, guys, but it's right at like 6.5. So if you do it right at the tip of the hairstyle, all right. But anywho, there you have it. So there she is. Whoop, whoop. And there you have it, guys. Even though she's not on the updated articulated female body, I am still happy to have Pharaoh in my collection. And also, if anyone didn't know, this also means that Marvel Legends has finally helped us complete our X-Force action figure team. Thanks for stopping by, Pharaoh. See you around. Whoop. Well, that's it for this video today, kiddos. So if you don't have anything else to do, well, I'm going to tell you to take the same advice my mother used to tell me when I had that dilemma. Go somewhere and play. See you guys in the next video. Ta-ta for now.